Hi everyone, my name is Deekshit Soni and I'm the principal consultant and founder at SAAB Immigration. It's been a while since I made a video on Canadian immigration, but with all the recent changes and ongoing protests, it's crucial to address these issues. With the recent changes in the PR and the PNP systems across Canada and the ongoing protest, especially in PEI and the GTA region, a lot of people are feeling confused and tense about their immigration journey. In this video, we're going to be breaking down the current situation, provide some historical context, and discuss what you can do moving forward. Whether you're trying to get an LMIA or figuring out the next steps, this video is for you. So keep watching. Now, these protests happening around the changes in the PR and the PNP systems, especially in places like PEI and the GTA region, have left many feeling uncertain about their future in Canada. The PEI government recently changed the PNP rules, making it difficult for people in certain occupations, like those in the critical worker stream, to get permanent residency. Now, the government claims that this shift is to promote occupations in healthcare, construction, and the other sectors in demand. This has left many service workers in sales and food service feeling abandoned, and they are protesting for their rights since May 2024. Despite these protests, the government has not yet budged, leading many to question their future in Canada. Now, I'm surprised that the historical context has not been discussed by a lot of immigration commentators and consultants or immigration professionals for that matter. In 2013, under the Stephen Harper's government, significant changes were made to the CEC program. At that time, the CEC had an annual quota of 8,000 applications, which increased to 12,000 in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. Now, bear in mind, this is before the express entry system, where the PR was first come, first serve. So this created an intense competition. Anyways, now, overnight, six occupations were deemed ineligible to be CEC due to overrepresentation. The occupations were cooks, food service supervisors, administrative officers, administrative assistants, accounting technicians and bookkeepers, and retail sales supervisors. It didn't end there though. Additionally, a cap of 200 applications was placed on any other NOCP occupations. Now, imagine a policy like this being implemented at a federal level, where people had worked for 1 or more years when their maximum work permit was 3 years at that time as well. Now they have their work permits expiring, and suddenly they're not even eligible for PR. This sudden policy change left many applicants in a state of uncertainty and turmoil. But because this happened more than 10 years ago, so now people are not even either remembering it or even talking about it. Now, these changes were a part of the government's strategy to balance the labor market by prioritizing certain occupations over the others. However, for those caught in the transition, it felt like the rug had been pulled out from under them. I was there. I had dealt with a lot of people at that time, and it was not a pretty picture. Now, in terms of the similarities with the current changes, let's fast forward to today where we are witnessing the similar changes. The PEI government's recent modifications to the PNP rules have made it challenging for individuals in certain occupations to obtain PR. This has led to ongoing protests, as many feel these changes were implemented too quickly and without sufficient notice. Many students were sold a dream that studying in any Canadian institute would lead to amazing job opportunities. However, the reality is that a lot of international students find it difficult to secure a meaningful employment after graduation, especially those with post secondary business programs. Now, from the provincial or the federal government standpoint, aligning the immigration policies with labor market needs is indeed crucial. Prioritizing occupations in high demand, such as healthcare, construction, ensures that the country's economic and social infrastructure remains robust. Now, this proactive measure addresses labor shortages, yes, and maintains economic stability. However, given the large number of international students and temporary foreign workers, this move has left many international students feeling dejected and uncertain about their future. Now, we discussed the government standpoint. What's the impact of all this policy having on the international students and the temporary foreign workers? Now, I did a tweet recently on X where, at a very conservative estimate, international students contribute approximately upwards of 40 billion Canadian dollars annually. Now, this is just through the tuition fees, GIC, and the other application fees. Now, the sudden policy shift can deter future international students. This can potentially lead to a substantial economic loss for the country. Many students find that they are working in low skill jobs like food service or sales, which may not even require higher education skills but do require street smartness. But given that provinces like PNP had deemed these occupations under the critical worker stream and now suddenly changed that, This is the point of contention between the protesters and the government policy change right now. Now, the work permits, whether it's a postgraduate work permit or a closed work permit, the point is the work permits for a lot of people are expiring in the coming days, months, and weeks. Now, given that the express entry cutoff is at an all time high, which is mostly unattainable by a vast majority, a lot of people are scrambling to secure a job or an LMIA, and this exposes a lot of people to exploitation. Even with an LMIA, some may not be able to make the cut for PR if the points remain high or if the system does not change. However, it's important to note that it's not the end of the world for you. Your Canadian education and experience in tier level 0, 1 to 3 can and will give you points in the express entry system for the next 10 years. The points in the CRS don't start going down until you're more than 29 years of age. A lot of people only have 2 years of post secondary education in Canada with the hope that it would have been enough to get the PR. But it's not that easy anymore, is it? Many want to convert their status to a visitor and continue staying here. But what good is that going to do to you? You can't work, you don't have provincial healthcare, and your expenses remain the same. There is absolutely very little to gain by staying here on a visitor record. And this is why it may be better to gather your thoughts, chin up, see where you are at, and plan for the future. It may be better to return to your home country, complete a bachelor's degree if you don't already have one, gain foreign experience if you don't have one, or if you don't have more than 1 years of experience, and then work on your language score. Eventually, even without an LMI and without being dependent on a consultant or an employer, you would be able to make the cut in the express entry system at a higher score. Additionally, you may have the advantage of seeing which occupations are being picked up under the occupation specific draws and working in those careers or education fields and then trying to get through the Canadian immigration system. I've said it in the past and I'll say it again, and a lot of people are not happy hearing this rhetoric right now. PR is a privilege, not a right. And many people need to understand this. Even the eligibility for a postgraduate work permit on the IRCC website states that graduates may be eligible. The same goes for PR. Yes, being in the Canadian system gives you an advantage. Your study, your work experience in Canada provides you with more points. But it's crucial not to take this for granted and always have contingency plans. Now, one of the most contentious points in the current immigration debate is whether the government should implement such drastic changes, especially given the significant number of international students and temporary foreign workers currently in Canada. From the government's perspective, I understand that these changes are necessary to balance the labor market and prioritize critical sectors. However, for international students and temporary foreign workers who have invested so much in the education and future in Canada, these sudden shifts can feel like a betrayal. The key lies in finding a balance that ensures economic stability while treating international students and foreign workers fairly. Now, in my opinion, the Canadian government could implement more comprehensive support systems for international students and foreign workers down the line. This can include better counseling in terms of what career to choose, what options to go for, clear guidelines about immigration pathways, and mental health support. These measures can help students plan their future more effectively and feel more integrated into the Canadian society. Now, to wrap up, it sounds like a rhetoric. I sound like a broken record when I keep on saying it over and over. It is extremely vital to stay informed and plan your immigration journey carefully. You have to have plan A, B, and right now probably plan C and D as well. If you are currently struggling with your status or need personalized advice, we at SAAB Immigration Services are here to help. Remember, immigration is a long term game, and having the right strategy can make all the difference. Don't be discouraged by temporary setbacks. Instead, use them as opportunities to strengthen your profile and plan your future more effectively. We have finally reached the end. I thank you guys for watching. And if you have questions or need assistance, please feel free to reach out to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more updates. Stay tuned for more informative videos. Till the next time, stay tuned.